ready for the dunk! In from Universe! It's a disaster!
Death, what the hell? Gets a triple kill, gets the quadra, gets the pentakill!
What are you
standing up for?
Why?
Oh my god!
Yo, that is sick. Guys, it is the 10-year anniversary of the year that esports boomed. Unquestionably, 2015 was the year that esports genuinely blossomed into what it is today. So we're gonna recap the year. And because I'm me, we're gonna start with TI. There are exactly two things that I remember from TI5. The first is the AllStar Match. Okay, so they're doing this thing for the AllStar Match where it's like Team No-Tail, Team Chuan, and basically they're picking people from the crowd to come down and play. And then what happens is they need a 10th, and so they end up picking a cosplayer.
Is that Pudge right there? Yeah, we gotta bring sumo wrestler Pudge down here.
So she picks this guy who's cosplaying as Pudge to come down and play the All-Star Match, right? So what happens is they're lining up, they're getting ready to play. And I know that by modern standards, this is gonna seem really cringe, but what ensues was genuinely sick.
Sitting next to Dendi. All times,
You wish it were Dendi.
Isn't it?
It can't be.
It actually caught us off guard. Because Casey was really new to Dota at this point, right? She was still learning the ropes. It seemed really feasible that she would just pick a cosplayer from the crowd, right? Because they were dressed up as Pudge. And it just actually was so well planned. Nobody saw it coming. And this crowd, bro, oh my God. That's the first thing I remember about TI5. The next thing I remember about TI5 is this. I don't even have to intro this one, baby. I will, just because there's some people out there who actually who need to know. There are non-knowers out there. CDEC EG Grand Finals. EG have a very, very nice lead, but what happens is Sumail gets picked by 17 billion ultimates and abilities in the mid lane. Now the thing is, because Sumail had Bloodstone, right, his spawn timer is actually reduced, but he's still dead for 40 seconds. But CDEC, in sort of a bout of desperation, are Rosh, let's Rosh. Let's get a Rosh on here, which for all you league scrubs out there is the equivalent of Baron. Here's the thing, EG are very ahead. Sumail's up in 20 seconds. They don't get this Roshan particularly quickly with just the 4 of them, even with the PL TPing in. So Universe calls for people to go over here and be like, can you just put a vortex in the middle of the pit to see if they're here? Now, the way that Earthshaker works is his ultimate is basically like a Malphite ult, except it does more damage the more targets you hit with it. Why does that matter? Because there are 5 of them in the pit. What ensues is probably the single greatest Wombo combo in Dota history, and I don't give a shit if you call it any bias.
There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dunk! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're gonna get wiped for the face of the earth, apart from aggressive.
I can watch this play, bro, that NA Pride just swells. There's also a multicam edition that absolutely look at the scream from Universe.
In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're gonna get wiped for the face of the earth.
And that was it. That was the final. CDEC were already on the ropes, but this was it. Their fate had been sealed, brother. There's so much more Dota stuff that I could do from 2015, but I have to cover multiple games. When I think about 2015 and Counter-Strike, I think about 3 things. 3 pillars, 3 institutions of the esport from 2015. The first is the Happy D plays.
Hoping to catch somebody peek on Envy's side. And well, that's what happens when you go around the corner. Happy with one dig. Oh, and another one! Oh, and a third! Happy! He could get another one here too, Dimitri is sweating bullets. Happy's gonna get the quad kill in the ace. What is this?
There was a time when this was the hypest play in Counter-Strike. This was the play that you show your non-CS friends. Speaking of things you show your friends to get through the Counter-Strike, in 2015, the second thing I think about is Kenny S.
What did he say?
Kenny plants the bomb in a 1v3 with an AWP on Inferno. Gets the first, goes the second.
Yes, again, up close. Oh my goodness, Kenny S!
I could literally just run 75 of these plays, bro. It's just literally so stupid.
As Kenny S
literally
goes
just
for the
pick.
shot over in window. Oh, that is a no-scope and a half. Then.
Oh, and of course, the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Equally important round right here. They need to go big, and Kenny's gonna go ahead, peek in a second, and he gets the flick on his Zipnix lightning fast.
Lightning
fast. The third thing I think about is this map between Fnatic and Envious. This VOD has 11 million views, brother. This is map 1 of the grand final from Cologne 15. I've talked about it before on this show. This was basically the tournament that like really brought CSGO to the world. This was when the game started to really gain traction as an esport and get serious. And a big part of that is just the Fnatic bullying.
Was that D-Mana a last nanosecond kill? And look at the guns.
It's the observing. It's the observing that makes it. It is. If they had observed any single one of these players, this play would have absolutely sucked and would never have had a graffiti. It's the fact that they chose to observe Apex. And then you just see the 4 X-rays, all with the elbows cocked. Dead. It's so good. It's actually so good, dude. All right, League of Legends. I can't believe I'm doing this, guys, but I'm actually gonna put a LCS clip on here. You know why? Remember in 2015 when winning the LCS actually meant something? I'm super serious. I'm not meaning. This is the CLG final against TSM. This was Doublelift's first regional title, if memory serves, and it was a really big deal when they won this. And this Penta that he got here on Jinx sealed the deal.
Gonna get it that time. It's a triple for Doublelift.
Oh man, what was so sick about this play is just like the stakes. Like it's a nice mechanical play. It's some good Jinx play, but like it's really just like the stakes of this series were absolutely insane. Guys, how 2015 is it that the ADC is just actually able to orb walk and not get like literally one-shotted by a tank? like they win off this play in game 3, then game 3 you get the iconic Castor call.
And the faithful shall be rewarded. CLG take the inhibitor. They're gonna take the Nexus turrets, and they're gonna take a trip to Worlds.
To go. I was still a huge Dota head back then. I wasn't even a big League guy, and even I was like actually watching these the Team House vlogs and shit, and like it was just so sick. It was really good. But that was not the best Penta of 2015. The best Penta of 2015 is my Go Deft. Brother, I've not watched this play in so long.
Like Clearlove going back in, Acorn around the side, but
Baron fight, EDG, LGD. This is spring finals, like LPL spring, I think, spring. And watch Deft on Sivir. So the team fight is not going EDG's way. It's going bad for EDG, and watch Deft flashes. He sees them all one. If he flashes into 3 of them.
Flashes aggressive pawn, needs to hide away. Deft, what the hell? Gets a triple kill, gets the quadra, gets the penta kill. Dude. What on earth is going on?
That is some Giga Chad shit, dude. This is an ADC pentakill that could have only happened in 2015. We're gonna talk about 2015 League, boys. We gotta talk about Faker. The first thing that comes to mind is the Riven Tower Dive. If you've never seen this, this is one of Faker's greatest mechanical outplays.
Double 6, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill. Beautiful
Faker
game from SKT.
Dodged that petrifying gaze so beautifully, I almost couldn't see it.
Yeah, what happens is Cass flashes, Faker goes, watch the Cassiopeia ult.
Double 6, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill.
The second thing that I can think about, the Morg counter, the Morgan Sivir. Okay, so what happens is as T1's playing MSI Grand Finals against EDG, and what happens is it goes to game 5, and Faker confidently locks in Leblanc, his signature Leblanc, which at this point is undefeated. I think he was like 12-0 or something. He had literally never lost on Leblanc. So what happens is EDG have been waiting for this. They know Faker's gonna pick Leblanc, and so they have a counter strat. And what they do is they lock in Morgana and they lock in Sivir. And you can actually see Deft's face when he locks this in. He has this like, I remember like seeing his face and just thinking, oh, he's cooking, baby. So I'm sure a lot of you understand why this is a counter, but just to explain it explicitly, the reason these 2 champions counter Leblanc is because Leblanc thrives on like diving in and one-shotting people, right? And the problem is with Spell Shield and Sivir Shield, it's really hard to do that against these 2 champions, right? You sort of can't really play Leblanc against them. I remember when Faker goes poof here. Watch this.
Not there for the 50.
He tries to do Leblanc things and just
1500. It is going to go over to clear. Down goes Faker.
Faker could honestly probably has grounds to file a complaint with HR after this. And what happens is EDG win game 5, win MSI against the single most dominant iteration of SKT ever. I think they asked Faker like last year, when do you think SKT was like the strongest? And he said 2015, if memory serves. World's Finals, I'll be honest, not as exciting. I distinctly remember Faker went nuts on Rise. They just tried to stance up on the old lad and they just sit. Damn, brother. That was not Faker's most impressive highlight from the World's Finals. His most impressive highlight from the World's Finals was this. Here it is, baby. Hit me with it, GOAT. Hit me with it. There's the mental build-up. Where he's like, okay. Does it? And then immediately he's like, that was so sick. Look how tough he looks, bro. This World's Final, I remember it was the caster call for me here is the Smeb one.
That's gonna be Smeb down now. Eyes onto the AD carry, but the support hits. It's gonna be Kuro out safely.
And the build-up was just so crazy. And it's hard to remember, right? This was only SKT's second World's Finals, right? After the 13 win. Because they didn't win in 14, right?
Tigers are falling. SKT.
This right here is like, in earnest, the beginning of the SKT era. Like, yes, the year, the domestic dominance, right, is where it starts, the MSI final we just talked about, but this right here is like truly the beginning of the SKT era. And it's like, God, it's so crazy to look back on this now. The last one I'm actually gonna do is a bit of a cut for me. This is Woshige Ogawa, winter semis at EVO, Guilty Gear, right? So what happens is Woshige wins, and he's up. He's like, I've won, it's over. Look at me, I'm winning. The thing is, my brew actually miscounted the rounds.
But Woshige thinks it's over! He won the last round! And Ogawa doesn't care! He still got 65%!
Oh my God!
Woshige, no!
Woshige, not like this! What are you standing up for? Why?
Oh my God!
The "What are you standing up for" is one of the most iconic casting calls in the FGC. It didn't begin here, but this is the most famous use of it. I'm gonna be honest though, Ogawa's pop-off here is one of the most... Yep, one of the more peculiar pop-offs I've ever seen. I totally understand my boy's fired up, but this pop-off right here from Ogawa is...
Pop-off!
Oh my God!
That's an interesting decision. So why does this matter? 2015 was the year that esports started to actually like come into its own in the mainstream. It was the year that like everybody started talking about like you had weird shit like them featuring it on in Sports Center.
It was a big problem for professional gamer Woshige, who celebrated a bit too early at EVO 2015.
But Woshige thinks it's over!
What are you standing up for? Why?
Oh my God!
One of the most quintessentially 2015 things I've ever seen. It was so good. What a year, man. What a year, dude. There's so much more we could talk about. In the comments, reminisce with me. Like, there's so much more stuff we could have talked about. Like, there's 100 more clips I could have done. Whatever you come from, whether you're CS guy, League guy, Dota, FGC, smaller esports, right? Like, this year was just such a formative year in modern esports, man.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit us up on our X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.